as considered the marketing savior for the sport.
So many people were also painting her out to be the problem. She could never do enough. She could never speak out enough.
The new offer from Europe for Caitlin Clark has angered WNBA players. The entitled players feel that because they have been in the league longer, they should also receive a large deal that is worth more.
Game is physical. Caitlin is helping to grow the league. These women understand that, but she cannot be babied as a rookie. That's all I'm at.
The NBA will collapse if Caitlin goes overseas because she will be the highest paid athlete in the world, something she truly deserves, and she may at last be in a league that respects her versus players who aren't trying to bring her down.
Here's the reality. It wasn't what it is. The quality of basketball may have been up to snuff, and you had somebody as popular as Cheryl Swoops who had her own signature shoe, had to deal with Nike and all of this other stuff. But the bottom line is, very few people gave a damn.
Yes, but why would Caitlin want to continue playing in a league where even her own teammates betray her? Nalissa Smith was seen smiling with DJ Carrington about the widely shared eye poke after the news.
Ow! Oh, I'm sorry. You poked me in the eye. You did.
I did not poke you.
Did you do it on purpose?
I did not poke you in the eye.
Did you do it on purpose?
That is one of Caitlin's teammates. Caitlin has even more reason to leave now that it's obvious the opposition players don't want her in the league and her own teammates are making fun of her. She should accept the EuroLeague offer and leave the WNBA begging on their knees for her to return. DJ Carrington said, "Did you do it on purpose mimicking Caitlin?" While Smith's own team hasn't shown any signs of having her back instead of posting highlights of Smith's season.
I wonder if Caitlin, in every post-game press conference, she came out and talked about the kind of hateful comments that she was getting. If she came out and told everybody the reason why she has personal security that goes with her every single place, it's a lot. And so it's not just Caitlin Clark fans or Indiana Fever fans. It is not all going in one direction.
Why does Caitlin Clark's contract with a European team cause such a stir in the league? It's not just another move. It's a blatant example of the differences and opportunities between players in the WNBA and those who can command attention abroad. Players who have been in the league for years have not been able to reach ASA, but Caitlin, who just recently made the switch to professional basketball, has managed to draw attention from around the world. One of the biggest names in women's basketball, Wilson, hasn't gotten the same offers as Caitlin.
Just saying it wasn't to the degree of Caitlin Clark being on that basketball court and people watching her, but nevertheless, rising tide lifts all boats.
Wilson for Asia, the underlying message that Caitlin's departure sends to the rest of the WNBA is more frustrating than the fact that she signed a contract to play in Europe. Asia has always thought that being the league's MVP should entail more than just a title. In her opinion, MVP status should inevitably lead to the best opportunities in terms of contracts and recognition. However, she is currently witnessing Caitlin Clark, who hasn't played for nearly as long or accomplished as much in the professional world, receiving offers that someone of A's caliber should be receiving.
There were a lot of people that laid the groundwork that deserve shine as well. Here's what we're going to do.
Are they playing now?
Here's
Are
what we're
they
going to do.
playing now?
We don't have Andrea.
Remember, you got
we don't have any of the women today. They'll come back on. We'll revisit this conversation gladly.
While Caitlin was still playing at the collegiate level, her games were packed with fans who couldn't wait to watch her play, but Asia wasn't drawing the same crowds at the WNBA level despite being the MVP. This highlights the harsh reality that skill and accomplishment don't always equal financial reward in the WNBA, which is why Asia's frustration goes deeper.
There's a reason 12 million people are watching ESPN for a game. If that game was on CBS, they probably would have had 25, 30 million people watching that game.
12 million people watch ESPN for a reason. Yes, 25 to 30 million people would have watched the game if it had been on CBS. DJ Carrington's hostility toward Caitlin Clark is well known. The two athletes have a history together. Carrington's resentment reached a breaking point during the infamous EY Pook incident, which left Caitlin with a black eye. Rather than expressing regret for her actions, Carrington chose to make fun of Caitlin, further escalating their tension. Although Carrington is a talented player in her own right, she hasn't been able to achieve the same level of fame or success as Caitlin, which has led to a sense of bitterness that was only made worse by the eye poke incident. This public display of disrespect wasn't just an isolated incident. It's indicative of a deeper resentment that Carrington has had towards Caitlyn for some time. Caitlyn's quick ascent to fame seems like a personal slight, as though her own efforts are being disregarded in favor of someone who hasn't made the same sacrifices.
It's producing the most watched WNBA games in over 2 decades. What does that tell you? That tells you that before Caitlin Clark came along, it wasn't nearly as popular. It doesn't mean it wasn't growing in popularity over the last 2 to 3 years. But 3 years ago, WNBA was an afterthought.
The way Carrington appears to enjoy Caitlyn's misfortunes rather than offering an apology for the injuries is very concerning. Carrington made light of it, making fun of Caitlyn in a way that implies she likes watching her suffer. This kind of behavior is personal more than just professional rivalry. Caitlyn has had to deal with Carrington's obvious animosity and disregard for her throughout her time in the WNBA. After the eye poke incident, Melissa Thomas and DJ Carrington were seen laughing with their girlfriend about Caitlyn Clark's injury, demonstrating a total lack of empathy for her fellow player. This kind of behavior is shocking, especially coming from someone who should be a professional athlete. The fact that Melissa and Carrington find amusement in Kate's injury speaks to a deeper level of hostility within the league. The WNBA is supposed to be a place where players support one another and work together to create a toxic environment where players are not only compete against each other. Caitlyn's injury was more than just an on-court mishap. It came to represent the animosity she encounters from players like Carrington and Melissa.
Racism has been impacting the WNBA well before this year. This is not a new thing. Sure. This is, in that way, I do think Caitlyn's being used as a pawn. Caitlyn didn't bring racism to the WNBA. This has been happening.
Caitlyn Clark's frustration extends beyond her interactions with other WNBA players to her own team, the Indiana Fever. In professional sports, a team is meant to represent a safe and supportive environment where players are united in a common goal, winning games and achieving success together. It's about trust, collaboration, and solidarity, especially during difficult moments. However, for Caitlyn, the reality with the Indiana Fever has been anything but supportive. Instead of rallying around Caitlyn, who is obviously the victim of a physical injury. If a player like Caitlyn, who has contributed so much attention and value to the WNBA, isn't receiving support from her teammates and coaching staff, it raises serious concerns about the team's internal dynamics. The lack of support Caitlyn received isn't just about a single incident. It speaks to a larger issue within the team culture for any athlete, especially someone of Caitlyn's caliber. In this instance, Caitlyn's teammates and staff have chosen to remain silent or concentrate on other players, which sends a clear message that her personal well-being and contributions to the team don't carry as much weight as they should. It can be emotionally taxing to feel alone or unprotected by your own team.
All I gotta say is she's lucky this UConn team isn't healthy. And that's a true statement.
That's wrong, Molly.
Monica?
That's wrong, Molly. Molly,
like
it's
five
excuses.
top players,
It's
am I
excuses,
right?
Molly. It's
Major
excuses.
injuries.
You would not be saying that if it wasn't UConn.
Major stars not playing.
Listen, excuse
Gotta
me,
go.
it's her against Caitlin Clark.
Stephen A.
Ain't no excuses.
Stephen
You
A.
got there. Don't want to hear that now.
Stephen A.
Let me tell you,
If
if
Paige
Georgetown
Beckers-
is back in the mix, I'm going to be insufferable. I'm just telling you that now.
What?
If Paige Beckers didn't basically miss 2 seasons, I don't know if we'd be talking
Come
about
on now.
Caitlin Clark the way we are now.
It can undermine a player's self-esteem and cause them to feel alienated, which affects their performance and general happiness in the league. It also makes Caitlyn wonder if the WNBA, and more especially the Indiana Fever, are the best places for her to pursue her career. After all, why would she stay in a situation where her own team doesn't seem to support her? Caitlyn's decision to think about performing in Europe is further complicated by this experience. She might find herself in a more encouraging and polite team environment in addition to perhaps making more money and encountering less animosity from rival players. For Caitlyn, the Indiana Fever's lack of support could be the last push she needs to relocate abroad because European leagues are renowned for providing their top players with the resources and support they need to succeed.
A lot of this noise came by people that were sitting on this network. They tried to minimize her, said, well, you giving her all this credit. What about the women that came before her? What the women came before her, what they did cannot be taken away. That ain't got nothing to do with Caitlin Clark.
Losing someone like Caitlyn, who is able to attract new viewers, may be a catastrophic blow to the WNBA, which has traditionally struggled to compete with other major sports leagues. Caitlyn's decision to go to Europe raises concerns because if one of the league's brightest stars can depart for better prospects overseas, what would prevent other elite players from following suit? The WNBA may find itself in a position where its top players are playing abroad, leaving the league with fewer elite players to draw spectators. The WNBA may go into a downward spiral as a result of Caitlyn's exit, destroying years of effort and advancement.